What's up, guys? Welcome back to Simply FPL. I don't usually do these kind of mid-game week videos, but since it's a double game week and the game week lasts for 8 days, I thought we'd take a quick look at how my team's got on, what fixtures we've got left to go, and then also have a look at some players that might be worth consideration as we go into game week 20. Now, before we kick off, yes, I have had a haircut. As promised, I said I'd shave my head if we hit 5,000 subscribers. We're about 40 away from that, but look, sure, the hair was getting long, so I didn't mind getting rid of it. We should hit the 5,000 in the next day or two, so thanks everyone for watching, and yeah, sure, long may that continue. Let's get straight into the team. So, this is what we're looking at so far. 54 points after 9 players. We've still got Watkins and Martinez to play their first game. Game week rank 1.6 millionth, which we're perfectly happy with. We haven't played a bench boost because obviously we wasted that in game week 4. And yeah, looking at how everyone else has done, we're very happy to kind of be mid-pack. Our rank has risen by about 20,000 places. So I said at the beginning of the game week, if I could just maintain my rank at about 450,000th, when everyone was using their chips, or a lot of people were using their chips this week, we'd be very happy with that. So the fact our rank has increased when we've managed to not have players like John Stones who have cleaned up and we've not had our chips to use, and we've only had 9 players so far, we're fairly delighted with that. So look, get straight into it. Cancelo didn't play, which is annoying, but he was due a rest and he's surely going to play the next game. Diaz got himself an assist and a clean sheet. Happy days. It was kind of overshadowed by John Stones getting 21 points. But again, what can you do there? United got themselves a clean sheet, which was unexpected, so delighted with that. Similar to Soufal, we kind of expected a clean sheet there, so a good start to the double game week for him. Rashford and Fernandes, so a bit disappointed actually. So I was delighted that Salah blanked, because obviously I don't have him, and I'm not intending on getting him back until at least game week 25. High risk strategy, so when it pays off, when he blanks for the 4th game week in a row, we're fairly delighted. But I feel Rashford and Fernandes could have potentially done more. Like, Liverpool were really there for the taking, and United, it was like they just didn't know how to kind of push the button on that. So in the end, they looked like they were kind of settling for the draw. So bit disappointed, but at the same time, most teams have either Salah or Fernandes. So look, Salah blanked. I'd say almost all the teams were probably in the same boat as me. So look, move on to the next fixture, and we're happy enough with that. Souček, the disappointment of the week. So I almost didn't bring him in. In the end, decided to treble up on West Ham, and he kind of sat back. He was playing very much the number 6 CDM role, which isn't. It doesn't really go with getting goals and assists. So look, hopefully that was just for the Burnley game, because they were 1-0 up early on, and obviously Burnley are a tough team to kind of break down. So hopefully going into the next game against West Brom, he's kind of allowed to attack a bit more. So look, we've not given up hope on him. We still think he's a long-term hold. But yeah, we didn't get the rewards for that one this time. Kevin De Bruyne, 7 points, double to 14. Could have been a lot more, but that's kind of the standard De Bruyne this season. Aston Villa at home. We've got so many players in that game. We've got two Villa players, 3 City players. So hopefully De Bruyne gets us points, but it might be at the expense of like other players like Martinez or even Watkins not getting as many attacking returns. So yeah, hopefully we get something more to add to the captaincy. And then Antonio. So look, the punt paid off. Got himself a goal. Like, he had to be brought off after 60 minutes. He was so tired. But look, he got the minutes in. Rumours of him being injured seem to be unfounded according to sources within West Ham. And hopefully he can kick on against West Brom. Like, West Brom are really the team that let in the most goals. So Antonio could easily get a goal or two. And then we've looked like a genius for bringing him in. Now, obviously, a lot of people did bring him in. And we almost captained him. But look, it's one thing talking about bringing these sort of players in. Another thing to actually push the button. So we're happy enough doing that. And look, hopefully Martinez and Watkins can get us something against Newcastle and City. Like, they're 2 big players for my team, really. Like, Aston Villa are playing so well. So we'd be hopeful we'll get something against Newcastle, and then there's a good chance we get some at City, albeit at the expense of my 2 City defenders keeping a clean sheet. So yeah, that's the team at the moment. Look, we've got 13 more players essentially with a captain as well. Really hoping we can maintain this rank, if not increase it at this point. If the likes of Salah can blank, it will really help us as well. So, yeah, happy enough with that. That's the quick recap. We'll obviously have more videos when our team's fully played, as we kind of try and approach the top 250,000 and then really push on for the rest of the season. So, let's look at the players which I'm strongly considering myself, but also if you've not yet looked at it, like these are the sort of lads that might be worth some consideration as we go into game week 20. So, first of all, Harvey Barnes. What you'll notice is all five of these players which I've picked, they've got fairly favourable fixtures. I think if we're targeting players now for game week 20 to 23, we want to pick it from 5 different clubs, which will be Leicester, Aston Villa, Chelsea, Fulham and City, the 5 teams with the easiest fixtures. So these are the teams I've kind of picked these players from. So Harvey Barnes, first of all, 6.8 million. Real bargain in the heart of Leicester's midfield, when Leicester are obviously playing so well this season. He's getting plenty of chances. He's got the 11th highest XG from all midfielders, which when you consider the kind of players that are above him, the likes of Son, Salah, Mane, Fernandes, the kind of endless names, like to be in that sort of mix is really great for his price tag at 6.8 million. He's got 6 goals already and 1 assist, and also he's passing the eye test. Like, he just looks so good when he's in the Leicester team. So, look, if you've got that sort of money, a lot of people are considering like a Jack Grealish but can't afford him. Don't think you can go too wrong with Harvey Barnes at the moment. Like the fixtures: Everton, Leeds, Wolves, and Fulham, 4 teams that have had their problems with keeping clean sheets. So, yeah, for me, Harvey Barnes, definitely worth some consideration. He's probably the person I'm considering most out of all the players we're about to talk about. Second then, Adnan El Ghazi. So look, I'm not breaking any crazy news by saying that it's potential to consider him. His form the last few game weeks is enough for most people to be looking at him. But just to break that down, like Harvey Barnes is 6.8 million. This guy's 5.8 million. Now, let's just assume he'll still keep his spot when Barkley comes back, which we still don't know about, so it might be worth waiting to see. He's the guy on penalties. He's the guy that's trying to take free kicks. Like, he's really mad for getting goals, which from a fantasy football perspective is ideal. Like, it may not be ideal if you're an Aston Villa fan, if he's a bit greedy. But look, we've been going with Salah for those exact reasons for the past 4 seasons. So at 5.8 million is worth consideration. Now, 5 goals. Second best minutes per goal involvement of any midfielder. So better than Salah, better than Rashford, Son, Kevin De Bruyne, Sterling. Better than all these lads for minutes per goal involvement. He's expected to get a goal every 100 minutes. Now, you just can't argue with that stat. So that alone, if you've only got 5.8 million to spend, you're looking to add a Villa asset. The fixtures of Burnley, Southampton, West Ham and Arsenal. Again, apart from West Ham, the other 3 fixtures, they've been conceding goals recently. So I'd be well hopeful that El Ghazi can get enough points for that 5.8 million price tag to make it worth a good investment if he still keeps his spot when Barkley's back. Moving on then, Rhys James, the guy that I thought I'd probably never get rid of until he got injured. Obviously, when players get injured, you generally have to change your plans. But for me, he's coming straight back into my team probably this week. I'll probably take out Dyer for him. And yeah, the main thing for me is his price. 5.1 million. Now, he's matching his numbers, his underlying stats, his XG, his expected assists. Like, they're all very similar to Chilwell, who's in there at 5.8 million. So, look, you're getting 0.7 million off of Chilwell. That's the way I see it. And actually, the last 4 game weeks where Rhys James played with Chilwell, he actually had more attack than Chilwell. Chilwell kind of sat a bit further back. Rhys James, his first 7 or 8 game weeks, whenever he got the ball, he'd try and lay it off to Ziyech. Now, that didn't happen the last 4 game weeks. Like, he really darted down the line himself and was always trying to put the ball in. So his numbers went way up the last 4 game weeks he played. So I expect his numbers to actually overtake Chilwell if it continues that way. And 5.1 million, I think his 2 assists and 1 goal is quite low. Like, that could be a lot higher. He's got the 3rd highest expected goal involvement of all defenders that are 5.2 million or less. So for that kind of like second tier budget defender, he's the guy that I'm going with. I'm definitely bringing him back in once he's back in the team. So the fact he's obviously got relatively good fixtures coming up with Wolves, Burnley and Sheffield United, as well as Tottenham, who don't generally put tons of goals past teams like Chelsea. They kind of generally get the one and sit back. Like, I really think that Rhys James is going to be one of the star men for the next 4 game weeks. So, look, I'm going to be getting him in myself, and hopefully he proves me right. Ademola Lookman. Look, I mean, we're really looking at his price tag, right? 5 million. Like, we all have to have budget midfielders. Like, it's although it looks nice when you've got 5 premium midfielders, it usually is at the detriment of the rest of your team. So most of us will have at least 1 budget midfielder, if not 2. I think Lookman, for the fixtures coming up and the fact that Fulham, they've looked quite good the last few game weeks. Like, they've looked a lot better. So it's hard to judge them based on their overall season, because I think the last, like, let's say 6 game weeks, they've been a lot better. So we're kind of judging this on recent form. Lookman himself, 2 goals, 3 assists. He's passing the eye test in that he's bombing up the wing. He's always trying to get involved in goals and assists. And Fulham, they do look quite good now. So look, it's a bit of a punt, but at 5 million, I don't think you're going to get a better punt at the moment when you consider he's got Brighton, West Brom, and West Ham to play over the next 4. Finally, then, Ilkay Gundogan. The last few weeks, I said that if you're considering playing Mahrez, you should just go for Gundogan instead. He's kind of proved me right there in that he's outscored Mahrez comfortably the last few game weeks since I said that. And look, what more do you want for his value? Like, the amount he costs versus where he is kind of positioned in the City team, and he's kind of nailed on at the moment. I just think if you've not got 3 City players, he's essential. So for me, with De Bruyne, Diaz and Cancelo, I'm not going to replace any of those with Gundogan, because the way my team's laid out, those 3 lads are always going to be better than a Gundogan. But if your team's not able to accommodate, let's say, 3 City players, but you've got a bit of space in midfield, I think Gundogan's almost the essential pick at the moment. Like, he's nailed on. He's borderline playing number 10 position for most of it, and he's scoring goals. 4 goals in the last few weeks. Like, it's a remarkable return, and I think he's just building with confidence. He's taking more shots. He's getting in the box. It wouldn't surprise me if he starts to get a better goal per million than a lot of the other City players that are a bit more expensive. So, look, keep an eye out. City have some amazing fixtures coming up. West Brom, Sheffield United and Burnley in the next 3. If you've only got 1 or 2, or I can't believe anyone would have 0, but 0 City players, definitely give some thought to getting in the budget man in midfield. So that was a quick video. We got through a lot, so let me know in the comments what you think about that. And sure, we'll have a live stream and more videos in the next few days. So yeah, let's just end that there. Best of luck for the rest of the game week, and cool. Take it easy. See you soon.